Yo, what's up, you guys? It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, representing my squad as always. And today we're gonna be updating my vegetable package deck. I've been calling this deck Garden Salad since I started playing it. I feel that Ginyu obviously is the best leader to play veggies in. And I'm updating the deck because I finally pretty much procured a decent and relevant side deck. I've also completed my main deck and maxed out the entire deck. Everything is all, the rarity that I want it to be. I think the only non-foils are my Bloodlust, and even the higher rarity of it is still not foil. But yeah, the deck is really awesome. Every local that I've went to with this, I forgot the name of one of them. There's Lair. There's one that's right by DNA. There's one that's in Humble, Texas, and then there's one that's like low-key far but not super far, close to downtown. But I've topped at all of them. The lowest place I got was actually second. Well, no, I'm sorry, the lowest is third. I've gotten like third, second, first, 1, 2, 3, stuff like that. It's pretty good. I have not been to any higher level events because I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitively. And as far as Super goes, I'm really just playing for fun right now. If I get competitive in Super, you guys will definitely know. But let's just hop into the deck and I'll show you my list. And all of the choices that I made and the reasons why. So I'm going to lay the cards out first, and then I'll kind of explain why I play this or why I play this ratio. So for our starter card, only one drop battle card in the deck. We have 4 Trunks, Bridge to the Future. Everything in your deck is all Saiyans, but we'll explain things when we get there. We play 4 copies of Cabbage. We also play 4 copies of Cauliflower. And if you're trying to go, healthy, bro, you've got to eat your kale as well. So we'll stop right here. So Trunks makes ridiculous sense. Like, why would you not maximize on this card? Because it allows you to not only dig deeper into your deck for your combo pieces, hitting your Kabas, hitting your Shugeshes, adding extra combo power, because he'll be 5,000 combo power plus whatever he grabs you. So he potentially can net you 10 to 15,000 combo power as a cost of 1 energy. So think of it as like you're paying 1 to hit 15,000 combo power sometimes, depending on how you use them. And in addition to that, he loads your drop area, and he's like the only 1 drop that you can actually play that's relevant. So I just felt like he was beautiful. If you want to play Youthful Bomas, I feel like they're going to conflict because you don't have enough yellow to just... And sometimes it's not always beneficial to charge yellow turn 1 with this kind of deck. So the Trunks are amazing. Obviously, you play 4 Cabbage. This is the best 2-drop in the game, like, period. Vegetables are still relevant. It doesn't matter if you Konoha or Killzone. It doesn't really matter. If you can't stop Kaba from going off, like, the deck still explodes. Of course, you basically have to play 4 of all of these because you need to consistently hit your targets for your Kaba. If you don't see Kaba, it's a lot more difficult to make your board explode, but you're normally able to work things out with your Shugesh as well. And then your black cards enable you to drop more bodies on the field for free as well. And then we do play the red vegetable medley as well. We play 4 red cauliflowers and 4 red kales. And me personally, instead of Dauntless Sister Kale, I chose cabbages. The reason why I feel like the red cabbages are more relevant than the kales is because he enables me to be a lot more aggressive, and this deck doesn't. Its defense comes through Shugesh and Bloodlust, and you don't really need, like, I guess to say, like, you don't really need the blockers. Like, they're cute and all, but, like, you can play more negates if you want to. You can play the Roshis. You can fly in Nimbus people. You don't really need the Kales. I feel like if I'm resolving a Kaba into a Khalifa, I'm doing so to go into game, not to build up a wall to try to defend. I'm trying to attack for game. And that's why I like the Kaba, because he allows me to attack threats that are standing active. And he is a 15. So you get all these free beaters off of just resolving 1 Kaba, which are all threats to a leader, especially when they're unawakened. It's so hard to out-combo a 20k beater, a 15k beater, because you have to use so much resources. And naturally, if they take the hit, that's what you want to do because you want to finish the game with your double strike anyways. So I just felt that the Kabas are so much better than the Sister Kales. Than the Dauntless Kales. The Sister Attack Kale is amazing. She pays for herself. If you're able to hit Kaba into Cabbage into Cauliflower into Kale, you basically get 3 battle cards for free because it's going to net you that draw. So you've plus 3 at that point, which is really good. And even if your opponent clears the board, you got to think of it like this was all free. The only thing that you paid was the 2 energy for that turn because all your cards are back to regular. If you started with 6, you're going to end with 6. It's really consistent, really explosive. Probably the most aggressive deck right now still as things are. This is absolutely the most aggressive deck. So those are all of our vegetables. This is a very, very healthy deck in spite of what people think of it. And I do love that you're able to rush people, because the problem with this game, like that since I've started playing, I noticed that some people like to kind of stall you out. They try to self awaken, and they like to stall you out. What they're trying to do is like, I'm sorry, they're not trying to self-awaken. They're trying to stall you out until they get to turn 4 and turn 5. And then they'll try to awaken and make their better plays. But when you're playing against a deck like this, you don't have the luxury of waiting until turn 4. This deck can rush you as early as turn 2 and apply so much pressure that even though we're hitting cards in your life and giving you all that advantage, because it's turns 2 and 3, there's not many major plays that you can make, even if you're afforded so much cards in hand. All they're going to end up being is just combo power to stop you from dying. And that's how it's always been for me. Playing with this deck, I'm able to rush some of the best decks turn 2 and 3. Normally the game's decided before we even reach turn 4, because this deck really is that explosive. And I like that, because a lot of decks cannot make their better plays until turn 4 or higher, especially apes. Unless it's like a Super Saiyan 3 Goku ape, then turn 3 they can start going. But when you're rushing them turn 2 and they already start with 6 life, it's so easy to finish them extremely early, especially if you were the one who went first. You can normally rush every deck, and I feel that rushing decks is really good. There are only certain occasions when you don't want to rush. Like, for example, if you're playing Android 17 and 18 as a leader, you probably don't want to rush them because they awaken at 6 life. But it's just amazing that this deck is able to apply so much pressure early in the game, and it's able to win so consistently against even the best of the decks. So those are all of your vegetables. There's a lot. It's a healthy deck. And then we still play the 4 Shugesh, the bling, and I'm telling you guys, this whole deck is bling. Everything's foil. Love it, love it, love it. Shugesh is still incredible. Even when they hit you with the Cronoa, people think that like because of Cronoa existing, it just kills vegetables. I felt like that was so it's not like a preconceived notion, because it's like they didn't really meditate on the thought. It's just a random thought like, oh, well, Cronoa just kills Shugesh, so the deck is dead. It's not dead at all, bro. Like, every game I played with this, when we played, like, there are certain locals where you actually do get best 2 out of 3 instead of just 1 game, which is kind of weird, but it's true. People were citing Cronoas against me, and even when they Cronoa my Shugesh, like, it's still 10,000 Kaba power, and you still have Kaba, and you still have Bloodlust. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, Shugesh is just free stuff, but, like, you just end up having to work for it. And the funny thing about this deck is your energy doesn't even matter, because like normally you're Shugeshing stuff out. So when they Cronoa your Shugesh, you just tap your energy and just play your cards like a normal any other normal super deck would play. You're basically start playing the way that they're playing. They're tapping energy to play cards instead of playing it for free. That's all you're gonna do. You're just gonna tap some energy, and you don't even use your energy anyway. So it's like, why not? Let's just tap some energy and play our battle cards like a normal human being when they Cronoa us. So the card is always going to be good even if they Cronoa you, because it's still a super combo that's searchable, and it's still really aggressive. And complementing the Shugesh, we do play 3 Terrasite Gokus and 3 Explosives. I was always trying to find the equilibrium on what ratio you should play of these. I feel that the Terrasite and the Explosive are in equivalence to each other in terms of how important they are in out-comboing your opponent and being aggressive. So you have like a sword and a shield kind of play. The sword would definitely be the Black Goku, and he has a sword in his hand. That's really cool. It's a scythe. The shield would definitely be the Explosive, the barrier blocker, auto restand after you attack, and the KO when he's just insane. He's the nuts. I feel like they should have erotic this card, but obviously if you're not playing Shugesh, you're never really playing this card. But like I said, like, I felt like the number for these was perfect at 3 each, like 3 apiece. I don't see myself playing 4 Terrasites again. The only reason why I was playing 4 is because I needed more green, but I felt that I have green pretty much on lock at this point. Like, I have enough green. My issue was not having enough yellow, so that's why the Explosives really help, because sometimes you could just charge them. In this deck, you only actually need to charge yellow once. You just need to charge yellow once, and that's it, because all of your yellow cards are 1-drops. It's literally, your yellow cards are just Planet Vegetas and Bloodlust. You only need to charge yellow once. After that, you could just charge green. And sometimes you just charge random colors like red, because your Kaba does reduce the cost of all of your stuff. So you can even play like Sister Kill as a 1-drop if you charge 1 red. And you just play a 1-drop 10k that can still potentially get you that draw and boost yourself to 15. Just like some really, really awesome plays that you can make, even without Shugesh. And then for our black cards, I don't play a lot of black cards, but I feel enough. We have 2 Scientist Foods. This card is ridiculous. I end so many of my games with him. I love playing the mind game of just pretending like I'm going all in with one of my other battle cards. And then sometimes I'll even swing with my leader and combo with nearly everything in my battle area. And they're like, all right, and they out combo me, and their cards are so little at that point. Their resources are so minimum. I just end up going into food. I draw 2. He's already starting off base 25, and I combo everything in my hand. Like, it's just crazy. And the only time you want to do that is when you're not playing against a yellow. Because if you're playing against yellow, they're obviously going to potentially have a Shugesh kind of out. So you want to play it a little bit more safe. And you don't, at that point, you wouldn't, combo with all of your battle cards. You would actually attack one at a time. That's something that's also really beneficial about this deck is you get so many 15 and 20k beaters that you're able to out-resource your opponent by swinging with each of them. And if your opponent's dumb enough to take each and every one of those hits, you're just going to kill them the same turn anyways. You don't even need to double strike them. You could just individually hit them one at a time, especially with the crit Kale. Oh my god, that is so incredible. The crits from Kale are like extremely focal. So like it's really cool how you can just out-resource them, like especially with the Khalifa, especially with the Sister Attack Kill. You just swing for 20. I normally don't even combo. Like turn 2, I'm not comboing with this because they're at 10,000 power. Like they need to combo up to 25 just to stop it. So they're gonna take the hit, and they think that they're getting extra resources, but those resources get wasted because they end up having the combo to defend themselves from being destroyed. Scientist Food. Lovely card. And then we do play 2 Trunks Power Overseeing Time. I feel that you don't need to play more of this, even though you can get away with playing 3. Like you can actually loop one another if you really want to. You can actually Trunks for Trunks if you feel that you really just need to see Trunks that badly. But I find that I normally resolve 1 and I just win anyways, but I do play 2 just as a safety precautions measure. You don't ever have the issue playing Ginyu where like, oh, my card's trapped in my life, because Ginyu can add any of his cards from his life to your hand. So you don't play 2 because of that one counter theory where it's like, oh, what if one's trapped in your life? You're always going to get to it. You actually just play 2 at the safe, just at the offset chance that when you resolve 1, you still don't win. You can actually play a second one. And if I find that I'm probably going to not be able to kill my opponent this turn, I'll use this one on the second one, grab the second one back. That way I have an explosive play for the follow-up. If I know I can't kill you, there's no point in using the time to get anything else but itself. So that way I have that follow-up play guaranteed so I can push for victory. And this might catch a lot of people off guard. I only play 1 Time Patrol Trunks. While the card is amazing and you don't tap in your energy for it, I find that it's one of the easiest cards to cut when you're building your deck, because it does net you free resources that you really don't have to work for. But at the same time, it's not so focal to where like you have to build your deck around it, especially when you consider the fact that you can actually search this off of your Planet Vegeta. And you normally, the number for this kind of deck is you play 2, and you're only really resolving it once per game. Like it's a rare occasion when it actually comes up, because this card doesn't come up as a, oh, I need a Trunks. It's like, okay, I'm praying to God that I can just see one of my Shugeshes or my Kabas, so I'm going to play a chance, just like how when you do with your regular 1-drop Trunks. So I just find that it's not extremely important, but it's still like so nice to have that you want to still at least play 1 in your deck. But like I really don't think that you need more than that. But that's just me. I'm playing just solely off of personal experiences with the deck. Those are the 5 black cards. And the only extra cards that we play are 4 Planet Vegetas and 4 Cold Bloodlust. Everything pretty much has to be battle cards. You cannot afford to play too many extra cards. In fact, I felt that 8 was already too much, but I would never cut Bloodlust to 3. And I would obviously never cut Planet Vegeta to 3, because this searches your combo pieces. It searches every Saiyan in your deck. You don't have any Saiyans that cost more than 4. Even your Kells are 4 drops. So it searches your entire deck minus Scientist Food. Put it that way. Everything else except for Scientist Food is searched out by Planet Vegeta. So it's so good. You can add, this is your other way to get to Kaba if you don't hard draw Kaba. You normally either seed off Planet Vegeta, you draw it off of Ginyu, or you add it off of your life with Ginyu. And then, of course, just adding more Shugeshes, adding Time Patrol, adding Power Time Overseeing Trunks so you can loop your Shugesh, have that applied pressure of that double strike, 20k power, adding a Shugesh. That's normally another way you can go for game. Similar theory to when you're holding your play with your Scientist Food. And Bloodlust is just ridiculous. I mean, like, dude, this card is so amazing. I'm actually a Frieza's Army player. Golden Frieza is the very first deck that I played. The only other deck that I built was this and androids that I sold a long time ago. But like, dude, Bloodlust is so insane. A lot of people hate this card for a good reason. It's such a skillful card. Depending on how you use it, you can steal victories, you can secure victories, you can literally just shut your opponent down. It's just such a great card. And I do actually have a side deck because this is my competitive deck. So this is going to catch a lot of people off guard, but I side 3 Mecha Frieza, the Returning Terror. I think this card is just so phenomenal. This card is so amazing. It's my favorite card in my Frieza's Army deck. And I find that I side this in against decks where I know I'm going to go up to turn 4. Like when it's extremely important to have like a power play for turn 4. Like Kabbas and Khalifas are extremely incredible and they are power plays. But like you need a standalone game-ending power play like beside your black cards. And I find that this one's perfect because it nukes boards on played. And even if it doesn't nuke cards, it still is dual attack and double strike regardless. That's how the card is. It's just broken. It's a 4-drop that can potentially hit 4 of your opponent's life, and it restands. It's so good. And it also, this card plays around Explosive Spirit Son Goku. They can't Shugesh Son Goku because this card immediately goes back to active as soon as it attacks. So it's like a guaranteed game. Like it's a guaranteed game push. Like they basically have to negate this with a Roshi or a Nimbus, or they're pretty much just going to have to out-combo you. And that's a rare occasion when that actually happens. So this card is just a game ender. It's so powerful, and nobody ever expects this in any kind of Ginyu or vegetable deck. And it's just so good, man. Like, such an incredible card. Like, if your vegetables can't do the job for you, Frieza will get it done. I promise you he will. And then we side 3 Crusher Balls. We side 3 Flying Nimbus. 3 minus kill zones. Pretty much just, they're all here to serve one purpose, which is pretty much negate. I do like that this pays for itself, costs no energy. In Yu-Gi-Oh, you look at this like this is an upstart goblin. In Super, this is like a youthful Bulma that doesn't cost any energy. So bare minimum, it lets you draw, which is sometimes what I use it for, just to dig deeper. But it also, like when you get to that turn 4 push with your Frieza, you pretty much minus kill zone them, and then you go in for Frieza. And at that point, you know that the only thing they can do is out combo you. And if you play your cards right, you just swing with your other battle cards first to decrease their hand size to like not a surmountable amount, but to kind of like a manageable size. And then you play this. You never play this card first because obviously they're going to hold their best combo pieces for him. You want to swing, kind of just bait some stuff out, decrease all of their resources to a point where you know I'm like, you know what, I probably can out-combo him. And then you drop the Frieza. And at bare minimum, it'll normally drain so much of their resources that if you had a black card like Scientist Food, you can still finish the game with that. So minus Killzone plus Frieza is normally game. Nimbus and Crusher Ball complement each other extremely well. Like Nimbus is just so incredibly good, man. Like, especially when you can Nimbus them and you already have a Shugesh plus explosive play or a Shugesh and a Kale, it's incredible. And the last card on my side is Time Controls. I actually do not have my third Cronoa, so my side deck is 14 and not 15. But the 15th card is going to be the third Cronoa. I decided to kind of play this theory for my side deck. I didn't want to side deck anything as a 2-of or a 1-of. I wanted to do all pure 3-ofs. Because like you can see a card more consistently when you play it at 4, but I felt that I would be able to see any of these cards in equivalence because they're all extremely important and I cite them for a reason. So I want to be able to say all of them just as consistently as you would see the others. So like there wouldn't be an like kind of like an off-balance thing where I'm seeing too many of this and not enough of this. That's why I wanted to go with a 3, 3, 3, 3, and 3 ratio. But yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. Ginyu vegetables are definitely an amazing deck. And even with Cronoa and minus Killzone out, for some reason the deck is just still savage. Like if they don't errata Kaba, this deck will always be good. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Make sure that you go ahead and leave your honest opinion and feedback in the comment section below. I never ask for people to like, comment, or subscribe. That it's not even about sounding thirsty. It's like if you want to do it, you're gonna do it anyways. I don't have to ask you or tell you. And like, why would I beg people? You feel me? Like I'm not a desperate dude. Like I'll be happy whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like definitely let me know because my channel is predominantly for Yu-Gi-Oh! But I decided to just make it kind of like entertainment and education. That's kind of like my niche, or you can say my category of production. But yeah, you guys, God bless you. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. Don't do drugs. And Carthage must be destroyed. Peace out, y'all.